if you're new here, hi, my name is LESEDI, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, darling. I'm back again with another editorial makeup look. And yes, I did do a face chart for this look, so let's get right into it. The look is very editorial glam, like it's very glam. It's 80s inspired. I'm in this 80s era right now in this moment in time. I'm definitely back to myself. You know me, I love to reference an era in every single look that I do, and the 80s is one of my favorite eras to reference. I'm gonna block off my eyebrows because I need to have these eyebrows out the way. We're gonna redraw them in, but we want a thinner brow, so make sure the eyebrows disappear, and I'm gonna come back and show you guys so we can get on with the other nice things. If you have not seen how I block off eyebrows, go and watch my previous video, the one before this. I went in detail with that look. So yeah, and I have the blocked off eyebrows. If you miss me so much during the week and you want to follow me on all my other platforms, I am LESEDI _Legeti on TikTok, and then I'm also on Instagram at LESEDI Legeti_. So do give me a follow on those platforms as well. But if you want to see me on YouTube, obviously, welcome back, darlings, and I hope you stay. Don't forget to subscribe and like. All right, let's get into it. I've got the base of my makeup down. I have blocked off my eyebrows. I've also applied foundation. The foundation I used is the Estée Lauder Double Wear foundation. Prefer this foundation because it just generally works with the type of makeup look I'm going to be doing today. Because it's a full coverage type of look, I want to look snatched, okay? I want to look seamless, flawless. I don't even want a little bit of a dark spot peeking through. So Double Wear Estée Lauder. And then I've used the MAC Cosmetics Prolongwear concealer just to cover and conceal my eyebrows. I used this first to kind of like conceal the eyebrows, and then I did spot concealing with it as well as color correction because I don't have much of discoloration to do. I just have so I needed something a little bit warm just to do that. So I don't like going with a full-on orange concealer. I would just prefer using something that is warmer tone. And yeah, we've got the base of our makeup done. Like I said, we are doing 80s glam, editorial glam type of look. Yeah, I've got a face chart down. I need to cover the other one because yeah, so I've got, you guys have seen this one, so we are doing this one. As you can see, the look is very warm. It is more burgundy and brown, bronzy effect. I've done something like this before, but this one is going to be a little bit more. I'm going to use some glitter. I've got beautiful pigment colors over here, which is stunning. I'm going to use that. I'm excited. Yeah, so we're going to do a mixture of glitter. There's going to be whites, there's going to be burgundies, there's going to be a lot of fun colors that we're going to be using. I literally want to look like Glamazon, so I want to look editorial but also very glam 80s. I need to conceal now. I'll put the products down the description bar below. This is actually a look I would wear because more is more every day. I'm the least minimal person you'll ever find. So right now I'm concealing. I'm doing like a 3-step concealer, bronzing and concealing. I actually should start first with bronzer. I'm gonna do a bronzer. I'm gonna bronze and sculpt my face. I need to make sure that I'm sculpting very well for this look because I really need the features to pop. You know, my face is looking a little bit round right now, so I want to make sure that everything pops correctly and in the right places. I need the bronzer to be very strategic. It is a contour and bronze type of thing. I have this habit of actually not paying attention to my placement, which is not a good thing. So don't be like me and just go freehand everything. So I'm bronzing contour. I'm also going to add a little bit of warmth to my skin. So with a fluffy brush, you need to make sure that the bronze is set. I'm not going to go on the forehead just because my forehead is looking a little bit tiny right now. I'm going to go in with another fluffy brush for the nose. And I'm not sweeping the product through, I'm just stippling right across. You need a brush that is very fluffy, especially for a dense makeup look like the one we're doing today. You're using the right brushes as well as the right technique. So you see, there's a bit of shadow on the eye, there is some lightness on there. That's exactly what we want. I'm gonna go in with now the, what is this? The Profix sticks from NYX. These are amazing. I tried them on a TikTok video I did after I came back from the Painted by Estée masterclass. These are beautiful, and the way they just warm up the skin is just beautiful. So I'm going to go in with the shade, what is this, Brick Red, just to create some warmth on my face. So I'm going to go in onto the contour area, and then I'm going to go in with another shade, sort of like mixing them together to get that beautiful warm finish. This is a bit of a darker one. I'm just going to go on below, literally where I have my bronzer. Okay, I'm going to use a smaller angle brush for this and just get it in there. So it creates a very warm bronze. That area of my eye to kind of like create an eye look. So my eyeshadow essentially is going to go in to the bridge of the nose. It's too warm, so I'm going to apply my bronzy color and just make sure that it's not red. Now that my face is nice and warm, we're going to highlight, and I'm using a Sheilla Beauty concealer, which is an equivalent of Born This Way. I'm going to take it with a fluffy concealer brush. I'm decanting it, so I'm not applying straight from the wand. Because we're trying to lift the skin up. Then we're going to take it with our beauty blender, put the concealer on the blender straight from the hand, and just get on in there with it. Blend. See, these NYX concealers are creamy. Like, I really underestimated how creamy they are. They just work. I've applied everything, the concealer, I've contoured, I've highlighted. Now I'm going to spray with the Nubian Seal It spray. I know, it's a seal it, but we're using it just before the seal and before we apply our powders, just because this brings all the creams together. A generous amount. Make sure your skin is drenching in the product. Leave it a little bit, get your fan and fan it through. Make sure it's nice and dry, completely dry before you apply any other product on top. Otherwise, everything is gonna move and we don't want that. I'm gonna set with L'Oreal True Match in the shade, what's this? 8D or Cappuccino or Golden Cappuccino. Golden Cappuccino. I'm gonna set using this, and then I'm going to bake using the Laura Mercier powders. This is in the shade Translucent, Medium Dark, Medium Deep, and Translucent Honey. I like to mix the two powders together just because I really love the finish they gave me. And then I'm going to use this Nigerian palette as well, just to bring all the colors back in. This is the V-Beauty makeup palette. So I love that. I love how versatile it keeps everything. Am I speaking proper English? Anyway, run your brush in the cracks and the crevices of the eye, just making sure that there's no creasing, because once you set, those creases are gonna set as well, and you really don't want that. I'm gonna take a beauty blender and just go underneath. This is stressing me out. I feel like it's setting a little bit, and part of that is because I genuinely didn't do a proper job when it comes to prepping my makeup. So makeup prep is very essential for looks like this. It allows for a seamless makeup application. I see why, you know, I see blotches on my skin, I see some creasing going on there, and it's because I did not take time in prepping my skin. So just a side note, if you really want your makeup to be flawless throughout the day or with whatever look that you're doing, you really need to make sure that whatever the skin prep that you do, you take time, you apply the right product, and you don't just jump into applying the makeup. Because it really is, there's a difference. There's definitely a difference. I could have done a cream blush. I actually could have, I just forgot. There's no excuse there. So I'm gonna go in with my translucent powders to bake. I like mixing the two shades because they really give me a beautiful finish on its own. Like the honey on its own, I feel like it's way too light for me, and the medium deep, I feel like it's way too dark for me. So I get a beautiful balance when I mix them together. So I like to create my little mixture into the pot, and then I genuinely use my hands. I like to get down and dirty with it, guys. I mean, high fashion makeup, you need as minimal product as possible. You want the skin to breathe. This is not high fashion makeup. This is Editorial Glam. I want my base to look absolutely beautiful. I keep saying absolutely. I don't know why, but this word is in my soul and it doesn't want to come out. I really want borderline drag queen makeup. Like, let me just be clear with it. I'm not trying to get little coverage. No, I want full coverage, and I want it to be seen and to be known. But the way I like to do my full coverage is that if I walk out of here, it still looks good and my makeup does not look cakey. That's why, even though I still apply full coverage makeup, I will use spritzer. I will spritz my face because I really love that dewy finish. Yeah, so this is what we've got right now. I love the bronze. I love how sculpted my face look. I think this makes for a beautiful editorial makeup base. Because we've got a beautiful warm finish, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Mocha Mummy, and I'm going to use it as a bronzer. I'm going to bronze with the shade because I'm genuinely looking for a beautiful warm winter bronze. And that's all. I'm going to go in with this very secret V-Beauty palette. Just a regular brown shade, skin tone shade, and just to go over that bronze. Okay, I'm gonna go on to my contour. I like my nose to look as tiny as possible. Oh well, just a little bit tiny. I'm gonna go in with my Skin Finish Mineralized Powder from Merck and just finish the skin off. I'm gonna go in again with the spreads, just a little bit now. Yeah. I'm not gonna do anything because we're gonna go into the eye look. I'm gonna prime my eyes. I'm using a pigment place. All my brushes are dirty. And then I'm gonna go in with this white pot. This is called a Clown White Pro Matte eyeshadow base. I feel like it just makes sense for me to go with a white eyeshadow base. This is gonna create such a beautiful base for our eye. All over the eye, right up until the crease. Yeah, once we get to the top, just above the crease, we are blending it. But apply as you blend. So I think that will just help. So this is what we've got right now. Now I'm gonna go in with a MAC paint pot in the shade, what is this? Contemplative State. I like this. It's one of my favorite MAC paint pots just because it gives me, it matches my skin tone and it just gives a beautiful application, and also it acts as a base. I love to blend it with this white. Put the white as a base and then go over it with the Contemplative State just for the color. A pigment seal for a better eyeshadow application. The color just works with the white. So you'll find that I use the same product on most of my eye looks. And then I don't have another eyeshadow color, so in my, what is this? This is my Soft Focus Studio Fix Sculpt and Contour palette. I like to go in with this color. This color. It matches exactly. And I just go over it. Once we have that, I'm gonna go in with Danessa Myricks colorfix in the shade Chocolate, and I'm gonna carve out my eye. So I'm gonna take my liner brush and I'm gonna go from here basically to my brow bone. Give it a blend, but also cut, crease it, and then bring it in. Effortless, very quick into the bridge of the nose. Yeah, and that is our cut crease. Love these Danessa Myricks color fixes. They are magic. So I'm going to use a paint pot. This is a brown pot and I'm going to use it to carve out my brow. It goes in and I'm going to carve it out using the same Contemplative State. The same paint pot I used on my eye. I'm just going to use it to clean and carve out the eyebrow. I mean, there's obviously other ways to do this. I'm just doing it the other way around. I'm going to take the same eyeshadow. I'm just going to use it to give me, I'm going to set with them. We love it. So it gives it a beautiful highlight. It gives it color, but it also blends it. So whatever product we have on there does not move an inch. I'm going to use a color called Sketch, which is a darker burgundy. I want it warm, so I'm going to go in with a blush. Yes, a blush. I'm going to use this orange blush from Slosh Blush Book. Girls Corner. Mega cuts, I don't know, girl. There's a whole lot of things, but I'm alternating. Okay, this is not very much about products, but really about like the colors. I've got other orange blushes that I'm going to choose from over there, which I think is going to be beautiful. Something very fun, fresh, and you know, I'm going to get the orange blush and apply it underneath the eye. I could have done the burgundy. I think I should also go in with the burgundy color. Creates a beautiful. We're going to go into blush. I'm using an orange and a burgundy blush. You creating a bit of a cocktail. I can take some of this orange and just take it up in there. This is the part where I generally like to play around. Like whatever I see right now in this stage onwards is me playing around and just enhancing the makeup look. We want to splash my face with color, darling. We need some shimmer. So this is the eye we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna add glitter. I'm using Gold Digger from LA Girl, and these were very affordable. I think I got them on sale, so those discount sales really do pay off. I'm applying it with a small liner brush just for control and precision. I'm not swooping, I'm tapping because glitter can be a little bit messy. Another thing, mixing medium. This is the one from Crayola. This does not move. This is an amazing mixing medium. I've been using this for years. Using the mixing medium, there's no fallout. So I've applied in every single area. But you see how there is no fallout. Like there's literally not a single fallout. There is our eye look. I've got another one. I just want to see if it's going to add something. This one is a bit of a smaller one. This one has fallout. So I'm just going to focus it in the inner corners of the eye. But how stunning is that? If there's fallout and you want to remove without removing your makeup, you need a fluffy brush and just go like that. I actually derailed from the face chart and I'm not mad at it. Obviously I'm getting carried away now, which can end in such a disaster. I'm gonna go in with mascara. I'm using the extended play Gigablack Lash just because this one it does what it needs to do. I could go with something a little bit more clumpier, but I'll just do this one. I'm gonna apply some false lashes. Darlings, the lashes are on. I wanna highlight my brow bone. I wanna put some glitter on it. Very quick lip combo. I'm gonna get the Fenty Beauties Trace Out the lip. So we're gonna overdraw a little bit. And then bring it in. Yeah, and then we're gonna go in with this lip stain. I got this from China. We want a burgundy brown lip, so I'm gonna do this over here. This literally changed my whole look, a look that I had planned to do. I think this is gorgeous. There's a brown lipstick called Desire. I just want to pop that on top of all of this. Yeah, see, not too burgundy, but there's an element of brown in there. Can bring it. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna add the shimmer. Okay. I am, darlings, just because it just adds on, you know, like a golden finish. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, Yes. You're joking. It just adds something. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. And this is the final look, darlings. Thank you so much for watching, darlings. I'll see you on my next one.